How do you deal with a narcissistic person or people who seem to have infiltrated every aspect of your life? They've infiltrated your work life, communicating with your workers, making you feel as though they're ruining the relationships or your position at work. Or they've infiltrated your friendships, making you feel as though they are poisoning the well, threatening your support networks, your communities even. This could be a very real fear. Many of you are experiencing this. I've experienced this myself. And I can tell you this without a single doubt, that we've got to stop giving narcissistic people, whether it is a dude you dated, your entire family, or some group that you bumped into on the side of the road somewhere, we've got to stop giving narcissistic people more power than they deserve, because they don't got it. They're not all powerful. I assure you that. They're all show, no go. Even if a narcissistic person in your life, or a group, or family, even if they are capable of pulling off even a quarter of their silly, twisted, conjured up, grandiose ideas of destroying you, even if that is true, the reality of it happening comes down to your minimalistic view, your small world view, than it has anything to do with their capabilities. This whole concept and idea of having the well poisoned, poisoning your well, has more to do with your world view than it does with what they're capable of. And I'm going to prove it to you in this message. My name is Kevin. This is The Royal We. Before I do continue, I want to let you know I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I take telephone calls as well as video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So if you're in a situation right now dealing with a toxic family who has their sticky little ugly dirty fingers in your work life or in your friendship circles, and you're in fear of losing it all, head on down there, schedule some time with me right now. I will walk you out of that situation, free you, and put you back on the path of life. In addition to one-on-one coaching calls, I also have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and in person each and every day. I don't just throw books and videos your way and say, peace out, good luck. No. I work with you every day. Every Tuesday night is where we fellowship, where we open up the Bible and see what God's word has to say about navigating this day and age full of narcissism all over the place. Also, every Thursday night is Backstage Pass, where I work to show you what it takes to be a coach, mentally, emotionally, physically, even technologically. I'm letting you know everything that I know. So for those of you who have a calling in this life, a purpose, a passion to share with the world, then join the Rowie Coaching Program for 1 month. It will benefit you greatly. Now, I'm going to share with you my experience. As I said, I've been there. I've been in this place of fear. Over 2 decades ago now, I was married into this family dynamic of this group of people who were highly, belligerently, narcissistically abusive in their own weird ways. For whatever reason, they turned it all on to me. I became the scapegoat within this family system for a couple of reasons. Number one, being newly married, I had this weird conditioned belief that I actually married into the family, so I had to start putting up with their nonsense. Being that my nature is that of calm and collective, and I'm not one to be aggressive and stand up and yell and scream or whatever they were doing, I became the easy target. Narcissistic people like that. They go after the ones who are calm, who are less likely to stand up and fight back in their weird, sick, twisted way. They heap all of their bullshit misery onto that person, and that's what I experienced. But simultaneously, while that was going on back then at that time, I also noticed that they were putting their dirty little fingers into my friendships through social media. They started meeting my friends, and they were communicating with them differently than they would communicate with me. They were nice, they were sweet, they were funny, they were kind. They were even reaching out and meeting and friend requesting my siblings my dad at the time, my brother. And the same thing, being kind, being this and being that. Ultimately, what happened is I needed help to navigate all of their toxic misery they were heaping onto me. I found that I really had nowhere to go, because when I would go to my friends or to some of my siblings saying, hey, this is what's going on, their response was, well, we don't really see that. They seem sweet enough. Oh, you have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. How many of you can relate? But nonetheless, it felt very isolating. It felt very alone. I felt like I had nowhere to go. This is the fear. This is the fear that starts to set in. These people have their dirty fingers in every aspect of my life. Now, this all changed for me when I moved. Now, real quick, before I say how it changed when I moved, I want to let you know that at that time, it was as if my well was poisoned. This is where we get this concept and this idea of how narcissistic people can poison the well. But now, it all changed for me. My perspective changed when I moved. I left California, moved 5 states away, came to the Midwest to start over. And here's what I realized. People aren't capable of anything. I also realized that I had a very small view. I believed at that one time when I was in that place in California that the well that I had there, the friendships, the job, it's all I could get. It's all I had. And since the narcissistic people had their fingers in all of that, I believed it was poisoned. I believed I was going to die. I had nowhere else to go. I had nothing else to do. It took me to get 5 states away to realize, oh my goodness, guess what? Well, there's a well over here too. 5 states away from those people. You know, one thing that's interesting about Old Testament stories of the Bible is that God would lead people to a place and God would provide a well. And they would have a place to drink, a place to replenish themselves. But then God would move them and then another well would appear. Now, this gets into the reason why it seems so big. The narcissistic people you're up against, the group you're up against seems so big. It's not that they're big. It's that you have fallen into this belief that you only get this one well in life. You only get so many friends in life. You only get this one family in life. You only get this one job in life. And that's not true. Sometimes you need to get yourself far enough away to realize, oh my goodness, I can go anywhere. I can make new friendships. I can create a new work experience. I can find a new job. There is a well anywhere I want to go. And God wants you to know that. God has wells mapped out for you wherever you want to go in life, but it comes down to your ability to let go of this one well, whether it's certain family members, cousins that you're hanging on to, friendships that you're hanging on to, a job that you're hanging on to. See how big the narcissistic people in your life seem to be. How much of your world they can destroy has nothing to do with their power. It's not that at all. It has everything to do with how tightly you're hanging on to this location, this place, this job, this group of friends. You're dependent on this small well. It's become your everything. And maybe it's a part of conditioning. We've all been conditioned to believe to hang on tightly to these little things, not realizing that you can have a well spring wherever you go. Even family. A lot of people will say, Kevin, you only get one family. And these people have put their dirty fingers. The narcissistic father, narcissistic mother, the narcissistic person has infiltrated my cousins and my nieces and my nephews and on and on and on. I get it. But you see, that's under the mindset that you only have one family. How many of you still buy that? How many of you believe you only get one family in life? How many of you have heard that? You only have one family. If that's true, that sucks. That sucks for 90% of people. To believe that you only get one family and it's not even your choice? No. Listen. Why would God allow you to be here but only have one family that you don't even get to choose. By the way, that's the family that you're born into, right? You don't get a choice in that. So you mean to tell me that even if they're violent, hostile, try to kill you, this and that, that's all you get in life is that one family? No, no, no. You see, you at least get two families at the very least. You get the family that you have no choice in to be brought up and raised by. But then once you reach a certain age, you have every opportunity to say, peace out, you suck. I believe God has better for me. And then you can create a family, make a new family. As a matter of fact, that's what marriage is. This hit me hard. Back at that time, when I was married into that narcissistic, toxic in-law situation, I believed that I married into that family. It wasn't until I realized, no, that's not what marriage is about. Marriage isn't about marrying into a family. Marriage is about creating and starting a brand new family. That's what marriage is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you all this right now. Unless you develop this mindset that you're ready to start a brand new family, don't even get married. Don't do it. Go to counseling, do what you got to do, get healed to break the chains and the trauma bonds and the soul ties that you have with the one family of your origin. Because the last thing you want to do is drag some unsuspecting person into your life to put up with your silly, toxic sibling bullshit and make them feel like they have to endure it. No. You best be ready to look at your partner and say, hey, it's you and me. We're making a brand new family. Peace out to that group. You don't just get one family in this life. Again, it sucks to believe that you're stuck with a family that you couldn't choose. Right? And by the way, don't be mad at me. I'm giving you biblical concepts. I'm just a voice crying out. Even Jesus proclaimed this. He was teaching in a temple. People ran to him. Jesus, your mom and your brother, they're outside. They want you to stop teaching and go out and talk to them. Jesus' response was, who is my mother? Who are my brothers? Who are you talking about? Who are you interrupting me and my family in here? Who are you interrupting me to go out and talk to? Those people? Jesus pointed to his disciples, his friends, and said, this is my mother and my sister and my brother. This is my family. Jesus is saying, don't you understand? I can have a family anywhere I go. I can create a new family. I can choose new family members. Jesus wants you to know that you can do the same thing. You have every opportunity in the world. Step outside of that minimalistic, suppressed worldview that you have, that you only get one family, you only get one group of friends, you only get one job in life, you only get one well, and if the narcissistic people are poisoning that well, you're doomed to die. No, you're not. The way I look at narcissistic people who infiltrate your world, I look at it as almost a positive thing. It's a filtration system that sometimes we need to experience in this life. What do I mean? Everybody say, what do you mean, Kevin? Well, I mean, the narcissistic people put their dirty little fingers into your friendships, driving it into a filter. And it's going to filter out the people who you thought were friends, but really aren't. And it's going to drip out maybe the couple who really are your friends. Wow. Mind blown. Half the people you call friends in this life, half the people who you think have your back, don't really. And you're hanging on to them. So in that way, be grateful. Turn it into a positive. Say, this is a time in my life where I need to have all of the people I know, the people I work with, the friends that I have, I need to have them squeezed through a filter to see who really knows me versus who's going to listen to some narcissistic baloney and turn their backs on me. And then be grateful for those few friends and then learn to go and make a new well. Learn to go. Find a new job. Learn to go. Find new people, places, things. There's a whole world. Once you open up to the reality that there's a whole world outside of the toxic situation, you're going to realize that the fear that you've experienced, the poisoning of the well and all the drama and all the nonsense of the narcissistic people that they've caused in your life, you're going to realize at the end that it all came down to your minimalistic worldview. You are hanging on too tightly to just this little place. I learned from moving from California to the Midwest, the world is big. The narcissistic people you dealt with are nothing but cockroaches, scurrying the ground, climbing on top of anything and everything in that one location. Move to a place where there's less cockroaches climbing all over your stuff. Learn to get out that bug spray. And I've had to do this, by the way. Listen, those cockroaches that I dealt with, the in-laws that I dealt with, at some point reappeared some time ago on my social media, communicating with somebody who actually is a good friend of mine. Guess what I did? I chased them off. Get out of here. You don't need to be talking with my friends. What are you doing? I took out that bug spray. Psst, go. Be gone. Narc, be gone. If you cannot treat me the way you are talking with my friends, you don't need to be. It's manipulative. And we all know narcissistic people are very manipulative. Spray them off. Go away. Listen, I know that this is a difficult message for some, but as I said, I'm here to support you. I want to help you through this difficult time of your life. Those of you who feel like the narcissistic people you're dealing with have infiltrated every aspect of your life, I want to free you. I want to help get you to a place where there are plenty of wells for you to be experiencing from, for you to be filled from in this life. We're going to break the minimalistic worldview that you have so that you can break free of looking at these narcissistic people as being so huge when really they're itty-bitty little bugs. Down below, schedule some time with me. In addition to that, I do have the coaching program. Every day I'm working with you. I don't just throw books and videos your way and say, peace out, good luck on your healing journey. I'm spending my time with you. Rowie Fellowship is also available every Tuesday night. Backstage Pass every Thursday night. I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We. Before I do leave, do me a favor, would you? If you like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the like and the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos by the Royal We. Otherwise, you're just going to see Dr. Romani's stuff. By the way, she's fantastic. Love her. Dr. Romani, call me. I'm going to say that on every single video until Dr. Romani calls me. Dr. Romani, I double dare you to call me. There we go. I'd love to have a conversation with you at some point. In addition to that, I'll be back with more videos for you. Check out one of these videos recommended by the algorithm of YouTube. Bye, everybody.